I feel great about where we are right now. And I feel great because of you all, and you gave us the resources, not today, though you did it today too, so thank you. But you did it weeks ago, and so we started spending money weeks ago. And we haven't seen the impact of those decisions and expenditures yet. And so when you say like, hey, what's the strategy? Like, what are we going to change? Like, we essentially made decisions a month ago that we're about to start seeing the benefits of. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see how much of a bump we get. I'm excited to see how the press treatment of us changes after we ease directly into this like fifth spot, and show that we are actually going to contend the whole way. To the extent there's a strategic change, Tom, it's that I'm going to try and normal it up and safe it up a little bit. So still human, but try to maybe like ease some of the rougher edges for a little while. So in my rally speeches, like I've been minimizing the profanity as
colorful language.
like you know, like yeah. So that to the extent that there's a shift, it's going to be to try and make myself more just conventionally appealing for the 55, 60-year-old in Iowa trying to figure out who the best choice is. But we're in a great position. I feel fantastic about where we are because we're about to reap the benefits of things we did a month ago, put that way.
Awesome. Well, I know we're all super thrilled that we could have helped with those investments, and it sounds like they're in the pipeline, and we'll start seeing some changes in terms of the outcome soon.
Yes, I'm also going to say that I've had fun meetings with some of the biggest influencers in our society, and some of them are going to come out as Yang Gang, I believe, pretty soon. So that's fun. So that's exciting. So there's some like exciting things going on that if we continue to have the grassroots energy and get ourselves in position to compete and contend, we have a lot of other irons in the fire, shall we say.
Yeah, it sounds like you still have some cards to play. Very, very exciting. As we wrap up, Andrew, is there anything else that you wanted to share with the audience?
Thank you for your belief and confidence in me and the campaign. I hope you see that we're in position to make history together. And as an operator, I try to focus on like a few key variables that drive success of the organization, because a lot of stuff's going on and then you think, okay, what are the key things? So the things, number one, obviously the most straightforward thing is like, hey, if I raise money for Yang, then that's like a direct positive impact on the campaign. Number two is the early voting in Iowa and New Hampshire primarily, but to a lesser extent, Nevada, South Carolina, and California, yay, California, and Texas, where we are right now, yay. But in order to benefit from the Californias and Texases, we need to contend in Iowa and New Hampshire. So if you're watching this, you're thinking, ooh, let's help Yang get into the White House and make history together. What can you do? Number one, if you can spare any funds to contribute to the campaign, please do. If you're strapped, but you know someone who you think might be Yang leaning or Yang curious, like if you nudge them, maybe you gave them their cost $50 like a while ago, like please like make that happen. That's number one. Number two, just think about our country where you have these two glowing states of Iowa and New Hampshire, and we do not need that large a number of people in either of those states to win this thing. And if you look at the numbers, last cycle, 2016, about 170,000 Iowans who caucused out of a state of 3.1 million. So it's something like 5.7%. And then in New Hampshire, the number of people that participate in the primary was 250,000 in a state of 1.1 million or so. So if you assume that there are going to be 5 major candidates to finish in, let's say finish number 1, you're looking at order of magnitude, maybe something like 50 to 60,000 Iowans and maybe 60,000 people in New Hampshire. And if we get those number of Iowans in New Hampshire voters on board, we have the chance to eradicate poverty and make history. So if you think about those two variables, those are the things that are top of mind for me. And then the third variable is getting the message out. So that is how the message is spread. I know people who are watching this probably had a friend bug them or send them a YouTube link or something along those lines. But I will say, like, spreading the word is particularly valuable if those people are in one of the early voting states. We are in crunch time right now. Right now, the voting starts February 3rd, which means we've got 7 weeks or so, something like that. I'm heading to Iowa next week for the bus tour for 5 days. Evelyn will be with me for not all, but part of the bus tour. We couldn't get her for all 5 days, but she's going to be there for a good chunk of it. And that just gives you a sense as to the fact that we're in now get on the ground and fight it out mode. If you can spare a weekend to come canvass in New Hampshire or Iowa, that'd be phenomenal. If you can't get there, text banking, phone banking, we just got to reach out and touch people in these states. And I'm happy to say, and you all have probably had this experience, people don't mind being reached out to. They might be a little bit dissimilar from, frankly, some of you or some of us, where we're like, we live in a world, I live in a world, I'll just be honest. Like, if you call me, I don't have your number, I'm not picking up. Like, that stuff's not happening. But that is not the experience of the average middle-aged voter in New Hampshire or Iowa. They actually don't mind conversation with another American or human being. So those are the ways to help. If you don't know what else to do, send money. But we can win this thing, and we can win this thing in large part because of each and every one of you. I'm so grateful to the Yang Gang. I said to someone else, I was prepared to do this alone because I could sleep at night, where it's like just the crazy Asian person ran around for a couple of years, like da da da. Like I was game for that. I was optimistic we could do something much bigger and better than that. But like Kai said, I think much earlier in this interview, you can't predict the Yang Gang. You can't predict each of you. You can't predict this movement that's come together. So I'm so grateful, and I know we're going to have the chance to celebrate in the White House, January 2021.
Well, Andrew, we are just thrilled to have had the opportunity to chat with you, and we are really eager to keep fighting strong. I agree with you. It seems like the next 7 weeks are going to have outsized impact on the whole darn thing. And so it's time to just dig deeper and push harder. And we hope to see you again real soon, man.
Would love that. Thank you all so much. You're the best. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you, Andrew.
Give him hell, Andrew. Give him hell.
Thank you. I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a minute, Aaron.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Wow, that was awesome.
Yeah, that doesn't happen all the time.
No, it does not.
Hey, great job, guys. Congratulations on pulling it off. I think that went really well. I see the counter is still running on record, so I remember to record it.
Oh, good. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.